أعزائي المشاهدين، كما عودناكم في برنامجكم الأسبوعي برنامج إماراتي. نستضيف لكم خيرة من دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة، ولهذا الأسبوع نستضيف السيد فيك، المدير التنفيذي والمؤسس لشركة استراتيجي هاوس جروب في إمارات دبي. بداية أسعد الله مساك سيد فيك.
السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام.
فرصة سعيدة.
فريق برنامج إماراتي تشرف اليوم بزيارتكم في مكتبكم الجميل، وشكرا لرحابة استقبالكم. وحابين تعرف شخص الكريم. Who is Vic, from where he came and when he started his journey in United Arab Emirates.
So Vic has been here in the UAE since the 70s.
MashaAllah.
So mashallah, we saw the beautiful country
Grown.
transform and grow, and we love this country so much. Yeah, so it's very difficult to live anywhere else.
صحيح.
MashaAllah.
Right.
And all respect to the leaders of the country, the leaders of all the 7 Emirates, MashaAllah.
Alhamdulillah. Mr. Vic,
yes,
let us to know how you grew up in United Arab Emirates and what you see and you learn from this tradition of UAE or the culture of UAE.
We learned a lot. Actually, the things that we learned here in the UAE, I think has prepared us for the whole world. I think more than most people can think. One of the most important things is we saw a country that didn't have as much infrastructure back then, and today has infrastructure that is at the world highest level. The world highest level of airport, of roads, of security systems. We saw all that grow and we learned with it. And we all became better people with it. We learned a lot. We learned how to deal with the international community so well. We learned how to be living in harmony and peace with so many religions and so many cultures and nationalities. And it's amazing.
You grow up, it was in United Arab Emirates, but you travel to other countries and you see a lots of different culture and you meet a lots of different business. So let us know why you back to build your business in United Arab Emirates, and it was for you, I think, more easy process to establish a business in United Arab Emirates from what we heard or what we know to establish out of UAE. How you see the process to establish a business here, and how it was the vision of your mindset when you start your own business?
Okay. I mean, there's 2 answers to that question.
Sure.
The first answer is more of an emotional answer. I find this home, so I have to be home, and I feel more comfortable establishing a business at home. You feel comfortable.
It's a home for you.
100%. That's the first emotional part. The second part is business infrastructure. It's unbelievable. I think here the government has removed silos. They said, listen, you want to do business? Come and do a good, clean business here. We will help you. We will help you establish your business licenses. We will give you good capabilities and infrastructure to do business. Our tax system is favorable, alhamdulillah. We have access to talent, international talent, local and international both. We have a very good region here where we can grow economically, and it is, when I talk about grow, there is lots of room to grow. When we talk about other regions around the world, some of these other regions have established, let's say, economic, commercial, industrial maturity. Since 100 years ago, 200, 300 years ago, and we are in a place where we have such opportunity of growth. In our line of business, which I know will come later, we are in one of our business lines is support services for the higher education.
Right.
And if we go back to, I think, in the early 90s, or I don't want to get the numbers wrong, maybe late 80s, or, up until a few decades ago, there was no universities here. And suddenly there are universities. Take the region, for example. Not just in the UAE, but in the whole region, in Oman, in Saudi.
GCC.
In the GCC also there's some beautiful things that have happened. For example, the education for females. In some of these countries, there was no higher education for females and so on. And today, if you look at countries like Oman and like KSA and whatever, it's nearly 50-50. So, we're very proud and very happy to see that kind of. So these are the kind of things that create opportunities for everybody, male, female.
Because the vision was very clear to everyone from 72 when United Arab Emirates start with Allah yarhamu Sheikh Zayed.
Allah yarham.
And our vision leaders who stay in the same line drive this country to growth and also to be one of leaders today in a technology also. So you come back, you start your own business, but it was, I think, one of new business which you entered UAE, right?
Absolutely.
Let us to know about it.
So it was interesting, you know, like housing is very important. You know, I absolutely, and I always go and mention, you know, in psychology you have the famous Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you know, where physiological needs is the most important thing to humans, and then you go up to friends and holidays and whatever other non-important things. And in physiological needs, of course, we need oxygen, we need water, we need shelter, we need food. And shelter for me is housing, is, you know, so we need housing. The thing is, we also need housing that is suitable for all sorts of pockets and all sorts of people, not just only for 2 or 3 types of people. Today we have 8.3 billion people on this planet, and there's different affordabilities, there's different age groups, there's different needs and requirements. So we got into that space and we said, okay, let's look at a category called residential hospitality. Not everybody is looking for long-term living. Some people are looking for shorter-term living.
Most of the people who came for at least 2-3 years.
Yeah, some shorter living. Not everybody has huge salaries that they can go and rent or buy big villas and whatever. And there are also different age groups. So we said, let's look at the different age groups. Let's look at students. Students, they need to come, they need to spend 1 semester, 2 semesters, 2 years, 3 years, whatever, in a place that is safe and secure for them, place where they can study, where they can have fun, where they can be young, but be safe. Parents want them to be safe. So we looked around and said, okay, you know, a place like Dubai, let's talk about Dubai, mashallah, is a city that has grown internationally significant around the world. And it's being recognized today as a international higher education destination. Actually, Dubai is one of the highest number of international campuses in the world, if not the highest international campuses in the world. So with a city like Dubai, which has now attracted a lot of international universities and international students and local universities that have become amazing. Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Khalifa University. Now they've just announced the National University of Dubai, which is, I think, going to be something to watch.
And we don't forget the other Emirates.
Other Emirates, Ajman, Sharjah, IAUS, Sharjah University, all of them, mashallah. So apart from the local universities, you've also got a lot of international universities. And what's happened is geopolitical pressures and issues around the world has made it hard for countries around the world to obtain visas to North America, to the United Kingdom and so on. So where do these people come to get an international or a top tier local degree? Doesn't matter, international, local, just a good quality degree. So they come to places like the UAE, where it's safe, where, you know, the government again has made top tier airports and airlines that can easily transport and be a hub to all these, you know, close by destinations, from the continental African nations to the Gulf region, to the Middle East, the greater Middle East, and even to Asian countries. And now what's been happening is we're starting to get students from Eastern Europe, from Northern Europe. They're all starting to flock in here. And this is what we're seeing, a large community of students. And this is why we got into the business of let's accommodate students, short-term, mid-term, long-term. And let's accommodate them, but let's not just provide them a room with a bed. Let's provide them something out of this world.
Full.
Something that they haven't seen before.
Let us know about it. What is Strategy Housing Group specialized?
So Strategic Housing Group is specialized in residential hospitality, like I was mentioning, which is short, mid, and long-term properties, which are operating to suit the needs of students under the brand name The Myriad, and young professionals and mobile professionals, people who are coming for short-term, mid and long, under the brand urban living. So we like the words residential hospitality because that's exactly what it is. You can stay for one night or you can stay for 1 year. Today, if you stay in a hotel and you try to book for a long term, it's very difficult.
Right, of course.
Because, you know, seasonality. Summer seasons, the occupancy might be lower. Winter, it's very expensive and highly occupied. So hotels don't want to commit to long term, usually. And at the same time, residences also, you need to furnish the place. The flexibility of paying daily or monthly is not necessarily there. So this is our specialty. We focus on student residences and communities and professionals, young professionals and visiting professionals in the business, hotel and business residential, furnished residential communities under the brand name Urban.
So we need to build a very strong communication with many different channels who can support us with this student who came from out of United Arab Emirates. We don't need to have to focus also for the UAE people who are living in United Arab Emirates. How you build this connection, and also how you start to talk to them, to let them know, because when we talk about students, there is many things priority on it. How you take care about it, and the privacy and policy to them who will, we can say, going through that app or going to the website of your company and of the housing, how they can sign in and how make sure there will be a full transparency on they are, because you know their parents also, they need to ask many questions about
100%. I think you mentioned one of the most important factors, safety and security. Firstly, the UAE and the leadership of the UAE has made it very easy for us, alhamdulillah. You know, the mindset, when you enter the UAE, you enter it very safe. Anybody who comes here wants, even if they weren't safe in their other country, they want to be safe here. They want to, so there's a whole culture of safety and not just safety, you know, there's lack of there's no corruption, they've removed corruption, it's a very nice atmosphere to be in. So when that is coming from the top, all businesses want to transact that way. And for us, safety and security is very important. You said parents. Who is our customer? At the end of the day, the customer is the student or the professional living in our urban living or students living at the Myriad. But for the students, who else is our customer? The customer is also the parent.
Right.
The parent is leaving their 18-year-old daughter or son for the first time, and they need to know that there is so much safety. So what you said earlier, how do you transfer that information to all these people? Firstly, in a place like the UAE, the information is already transferred at a global scale because everybody knows that these cities here are amongst the safest cities in the world. That's number one. So thank you. Life is easier for us. Secondly, you know, of course we focus on our properties being extremely good looking, and aesthetics is critical. But the first thing that goes into designing and building those properties is safety and security. Like we said, you know, the parents, we cannot build a jail, but at the same time, we cannot build a place that has, you know, open safety issues. So the first thing that we think about and we spend a lot of money on is safety and security features, technology-based safety and security systems, things that we care about, small things. For example, in the student accommodations, we don't have windows that open more than 3 or something inches, for example, for safety. We have access control everywhere. We have, the Myriad Dubai has something like close to nearly 1,000 cameras, CCTV cameras, not for anything to monitor people, but for make sure that there's safety for people that might come out from outside, for students that might be in a harmful position in the basement or anywhere for that matter. It's very important what you said is, and parents must be comfortable. The university must be comfortable to know that their students are also, because the university becomes the parent. So, you know.
But we need to build also for them lots of activities on it. We need to build for them many things on that. How you also care about that, or with who you are, we can say, partnership with them to allow them to be in the inside the community where you build that, which you can know 100% they will be also has a right product or a right activities.
You know, you're asking these questions, mashallah, as if you are
Of course,
part
I have
of
a
the.
daughter and I need to know
You're
one day
asking the
it's,
perfect questions.
Shukran.
You're asking the perfect. So, both the Myriad and urban living have something we call them living communities, and the reason why we call them living communities for students or for professionals is because we're not just a property with windows and concrete and beds. No, the whole thing is about a community. Take the Myriad for students. We have a program called WELL, WELL, Live Well at the Myriad. WELL stands for work, opportunities, events and entertainment, the E, life learning, and living. We have a whole team, a communities management team, and this communities, they manage events for the students. And the events is not all fun and games. There's a lot of fun and games.
Right.
There's a lot of sports. There's a lot of talent and music and whatever. But then there's some serious events that we manage. Technology-based events, photography and art, mental welfare, mental well-being events.
Sports,
healthcare, all of, we have a 12-month event calendar. And in every month we have events throughout the whole month. No kidding, I've never seen this before.
Even in summer?
Even in summer.
Wow.
Even in summer. And we have indoor places that manage that we have. And the thing is, you have to keep students engaged. I'll tell you, there's advantages to places like Amsterdam. In Amsterdam, it's a small city. Students can get on a bicycle, games, arcade, they can go to the park, what have you. Places like Dubai, it's a big city. You need a car to travel here and there. The city is also not necessarily the cheapest everywhere. So we have to create an atmosphere and an ambience for students that can make life affordable for them, that can be easily, within the same community. They can have cinemas, and that's what we do. We've got cinemas and boulevards and coffee shops, and we even have restaurants and food offerings for students at student prices.
So today, more than 200 nationalities, 220 I think. Did you cover all of that?
We have just under 200 living at the Myriad Dubai.
MashaAllah.
We have just under 200. It's a very amazing. The best thing to do is, so yes, when you head to a place like the Myriad Dubai and you see, just under 200 nationalities, you just stand there and you feel such a enjoyable sensation, where you see students who are of Arab origin, of North African, Sub-Saharan African, Indians, Pakistanis,
All cultures.
Europeans, Scottish, Russians, Chinese, and you just sit there and you watch all these nationalities, and they're all there studying in this beautiful city of Dubai, and it's a very nice feeling.
So today, how many programs are running and how many activities there under the housing?
Programs for the students. So, like I said, we have different properties around, and each property has programs and events suited for the culture. I'll tell you, the Myriad we have in Oman, in Muscat, has slightly different events. The Myriad Oman is all female only, and the events are slightly different. They're more suited for the culture of Oman.
So you customize inside?
We have to customize.
Okay.
We have to, and it gives us pleasure because the different cultures and different nationalities expect different kind of events and learning and entertainment and so on. In a place like the Myriad Dubai, where we have so many nationalities, we try to get more of an international outlook on, the events and entertainment and learnings that we offer on the property.
So how you see it's important and necessary also if we implement the technology with our business to monitor, and how it's also what the benefits from that we can say as you move it full digitally, right?
as much as possible. As much as possible. So far, we haven't been able to move everything fully digitally, and for the foreseeable future, we won't. I love the team.
Of course.
And, you know, they're like family to me. And whilst a lot of the team is using AI and digital platforms to improve the way we do things and reduce errors, improve efficiency, and so on, I think it will continue like that. One of the things I'd mentioned is that we do use a lot of AI, and we are using a lot of digital platforms. You know, for example, at a property like Urban Living or like the Myriad, you know, where you have thousands of people living all the time. People need to book, need to pay, they need access. The team on the ground need access to inventory, what's available, what's not available, what needs maintenance, quick turnaround on maintenance and requests. We also use a lot of AI for at the development stage. So at the development stage, you know, these properties have to be built safely, efficiently. You know, they have to be appealing to the eye aesthetically and so on. So we're using AI now to challenge us and to maybe find gaps on how to improve and how to fast track our project programs and how to fast track our development, design development and so on. So
You start from Dubai, right?
yes.
Today, where you are?
So we're in the UAE, we're in Saudi Arabia, we're in Oman, we're in continental Africa, we're in Nigeria, we're planning on South Africa now. So inshallah, what we're planning in this year, in the coming year, is to move into Asia as well. Next 5 years, we're looking at Asia, we're looking at countries like Malaysia, of course, and we eventually, hopefully, want these brands, the Myriad and Urban Living, to be everywhere. Think of this name, Urban Living, Urban, U-R-B-N, and think of Uber, U-B-E-R, 4 letters, 4 letters. So when you talk about Uber today, you say, did you book your Uber? You know what? I'm in London, I'm just going to book an Uber. I'll just take an Uber. That's what we want Urban to be. We want Urban to say, just book an Urban. I'm going to Prague, I'll book an Urban. I'm in Dubai, I'm going to be here for 2 months, I'll just stay in an Urban. That's what we want the brand name Urban to be, and the name, the Myriad, we want the Myriad, and it has won. We have won awards in the last 2 years, I think more than 10 awards. I mean, you can see some of the awards there.
Let us know about that.
We are
proud to.
We are proud because we are the #1 student living community in the world. The Myriad is such a brand name focused on lifestyle, safety, quality, the look and feel, everything sustainable. And that's why we want, the Myriad is a platinum brand name that we want to transport from Dubai, a homegrown Dubai name, to all over the world. Think of names that came out from here, our names that we look up to, that we aspire to, you know, that helped us aspire to be this way and better. Names like Emirates Airlines that were born here, Jumeirah Group. I can tell you a lot of names that were born right here and have gone all over the world. Talk about Emirates Airlines today. You're talking about an airlines that has set the world standard of air transportation. When you talk about Danata, Dubai National Air Transport, I'll tell you something.
And we talk in a hospitality way, you know, it's
absolutely
very hard.
You know. I'll tell you something about Danata. When there's something to be really proud about. As a kid, you know, we would see the word Danata. When I was a kid here, a lot of people in my age group will know this. When we were young here, we would look abroad, we would look at London and Switzerland and Belgium. These were places that were out of our reach. We would have so much, you know, when the family would say, we're going to Europe, we wouldn't sleep for 1 month. We were so excited, you know. Then one day I'm in Zurich airport and I'm sitting on the plane and I'm looking out the window and I'm seeing the entire Zurich airport, the buses and the steps which go up and the machines that take all the suitcases, everything, Danata. Zurich airport, the airports in Switzerland were operated by Danata. Look where we reached. So a brand that was born here in Dubai National Air Transport Authority is operating airports in Switzerland.
So you are looking to have the experience for your people. Let us to know more about the team in-house. How you build this team, which I'm sure it was very challenging to have a right team in house.
It's always challenging, but I was very lucky. I mean, I've got team members here who are, like I said earlier, they're like family to me. I have team members that started as the company opened with me. My chief operations and chief development officer was here from day one, and Valerie, and she helped me establish a lot of the team members and approach some of the team members. I've got, our head of finance and investment has been with us really from the start, nearly from the start, and I've known him from before. And we developed a team that we grew and we have a very, every department that we have is run by top quality people. And when I say people, as in their, ethical people, their heart is here. We don't have politics. We are very family driven. We have excellent HR as well here, and I think that's what I think we also are motivating brands. We are a dynamic company, and I think that helps a lot, developing the team's feeling of being supportive and being part of this company as a family. And
how you see it's important to have a strong communication with the different channels, and how it's important in our business to be full transparency?
It's very important to be transparent. I have my views on things. It is important to be transparent when you need to be transparent. And I think one should manage things before being transparent, fix the issues in an ethical, clean way. Fix the issues and then be transparent.
Mr. Vik, today as a businessman, and mashallah, you have a very strong experience in United Arab Emirates.
We try.
What's your advice to the people who are planning to come to invest in UAE, and how they have to do their own research and study of the markets before when they start their own business?
My first advice for people thinking of coming to the UAE to do businesses, come to the UAE and do business. It's a beautiful place to do business. It's safe. Infrastructure. I'm sorry I'm used that word a lot, but it's the right word. The setup, business setup here is excellent. On a positive note, you can set up here and transact all over the world. Super communication, technology, telecoms, free zones, not just free zones, the DED, Dubai Economic Department, all of it. It's made for doing business, honestly. Yes, you can get good talent here and you can acquire good talent. Yes, it's economically pretty good. Sometimes can be a bit expensive, but leases, rents are not cheap anymore. Those are going up, but this is what happens when there's such demand. One of the things I would tell people to be careful of, honestly, is people see Dubai from the outside. Oh, this is a place where I'm going to make a lot of money.
You can make, but not easy.
You can make, but there's two different things as well. If you're trying to come here to compete in Dubai, that might be difficult. Might be possible. Absolutely, people have broken through. Like in a world where Dubai is full of chocolates. Even companies that are 50-year-old that were homegrown. I think Pachi is was produced in a place where you have such, Lints and Godivas and all sorts of, international brands. A lady comes and creates the Dubai chocolate. And she succeeded, in one day.
With social media and all
so,
that.
You could do that as well. But one thing I would say is be very careful, like if you're coming to compete in Dubai, in whatever you do, in real estate, you've got plenty of real estate. In schools, you've got plenty of schools. Medical, and so on and so forth. Technology, lots of tech companies. But if you're coming here to look at Dubai as a market and beyond, go international, you know, absolutely, this is the place.
Let us to know from also your experience the smart point which you will focus on to keep our business stable.
To keep the business stable.
Yes.
It's, for me, I truly believe in businesses that are non-cyclical, that don't just depend on cycles, up cycles and negative cycles and whatever. I think, you know, those stable businesses are very important. This is my opinion. So some people, so I'm the kind of person who believes more in the mid-market kind of business where normal people need every day to consume or services that they require. You know, some people believe in the very luxury, you know, segment. Some people believe in the very lower end of the market. I just think I like that non-cyclical middle component of the business, which you know, weathers, which works no matter where you are in the economic cycles of the world, political cycles of the world, war, no war. So that's, I think that's something I would say, to focus on a safe positioning.
From Vic to the people who support you personally, who deserve to have a thanks message today from you personally?
I would say, honestly, my family, my team, my colleagues, our business partners, the government, the UAE government for sure, governments around, you know, that have supported us in the region. I think those are the most thanks I would give to.
Special message from you and from Strategy House Group to the UAE leaders and the government of United Arab Emirates for Ramadan. What you will say to them?
Number one, I would say Ramadan Kareem. May this month be a blessed month to you and to all of us. May you all have a very healthy Ramadan, happy and successful Ramadan and beyond. To everybody, to all our leaders, mashallah, and the families and the people who reside here. We're very grateful to everybody. Thank you.
Allah يحفظك إمارات. Thank you
مشكورين جدا
for your time to be with EMARATI program.
Thank you, sir.
To visit you and thank you for amazing information. Inshallah, we wish for you all the best and more of success.
God bless you all.
أماراتي ليلي أماراتي أماراتي